Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the power of letting go of emotions that no longer serve you. And the reason why this is important is because if your mind, let's say, is full of 90% emotions that are negative, right? That are maybe anger or resentment or betrayal, all these different emotions, then you only have 10% of your mind that is being able to be full of positive emotions, right? And the reason why you should let go of those emotions is so that you can make space for more good emotions to happen in your mind. So I like to think of it as this example, which is if your mind is a room, right? How much of the room is full of negative emotions? And so maybe for you, that's 70%, or maybe 50%, or 30%, right? But if you cannot make space for positive emotions into your room because it's mostly just full of negative ones, then ultimately you're probably going to be very unhappy in life, right? So you must be able to release some of those emotions that ultimately will go out the door of the room to be able to hopefully make space for better emotions that are going to lead to more happiness from within, right? And so maybe you guys know somebody, um, I do, that always lives in the past and is always very angry and can never just really think positively, right? Because maybe those experiences that they have had with certain people, they cling on to those emotions, right? And which is very damaging to their mindset and also how they react to other people and whatnot, right? But there's a method that I want to share with you guys, which is called the Sedona Method. Now, the Sedona Method is three questions, and this is a technique to be able to release emotions that no longer serve you. So the first question is, give me 1 second. I don't want to make sure I say this incorrectly. So the three questions are, the first one is, could I let it go? And the second one is, would I let it go? And the third one is, when will I let it go? Right? So by asking yourself the first question of, could I let it go? You are asking yourself if you can let go of maybe the feeling of being angry at somebody, right? Then the second one is, would I let it go? As in, would you? Would you be capable of being able to do so? And you know, it's okay to also say no, not yet, right? But as long as you're asking yourself these questions, I think you're making progress in terms of starting to release some of those emotions. And the third question is when. When will you let it go, right? So ideally, you will let go of any negative emotion that you're holding on to in that very second of when you think about it, right? But by being able to ask yourself these three questions whenever you're, let's say, having a really terrible day because maybe something happened to you, right? By being able to ask yourself these three questions, you're essentially resetting your mind, right? And you're letting go of emotions that no longer benefit you to be able to make a shift in your mind to start thinking more positively, right? And an example of this in which I have applied this method to my own personal life is whenever I realize that I'm in a state of, let's say, anger, I always ask myself those three questions, right? And by being able to then let go of that negative experience that maybe just happened, right, my day ultimately just transforms. Because if I hold on to that feeling for the rest of my day, then chances are my environment is just going to be a reflection of my anger that I'm holding on to. But if I let go of that feeling, then ultimately I can make a shift in my mind to just start thinking positively. And I think that's super important if you truly do not want to stay stuck in a negative experience or mentality, right? And these three questions can truly just be applied to really any experience that maybe you are just always staying stuck in, right? So there's definitely been a lot of negative experiences that I've had with people, that have really, maybe want to punch them in their fucking face, but I choose to still let go of those emotions because they no longer serve me. And if I just stay stuck in the past, then I don't have room to focus on the future, right? And so you can apply this technique to maybe coworkers that you haven't got along with, or maybe certain family members, or people that might have bullied you in the past. But by being able to let go of those experiences, and maybe even having to forgive them, then you're ultimately just going to be a lot happier, right? And going back to when I was talking about knowing people that always stay stuck in the past, right? You can really tell that those people truly, if they let go of those emotions, they would just be so much happier. They wouldn't have this weight on their shoulders that's kind of dragging them down, But by being able to let go of those emotions, you're essentially taking off this huge weighted armor that is on your body that you carry with you every single day, right? And so you can also think of this as if your room is full of 70% negative thoughts, right? And maybe let's say 30% positive thoughts, then don't you want to let go of that 70% or at least lower that number down so then that way you can probably introduce more positive experiences into your life, right? And I'll share a powerful lesson with you guys, which is that nobody wants to be around somebody that's always negative, right? And you usually want to be around somebody that's uplifting, that's positive, that is focused on, the future, not the past, right? And if you are able to just let go of those, bad experiences that you've had, then people will probably want to be around you more, right? Nobody ever wants to listen to the guy that's just complaining and draining everybody's energy, right? So always focus on the good and always try to just catch yourself whenever you're feeling very angry or resentful to just let it go, you know? So, yeah, I hope this video was able to provide you a good amount of value and insight, and hopefully I was able to teach you guys something that maybe you haven't heard before. And if I did, all I ask is that you like this video and consider subscribing. And if you want to leave a comment in regards to this video, I would be more than happy to hear your guys' insight. So with that, I hope you guys have a amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.